My name is Mary Edge.
Karen Stacy.
Sasha Galdos.
I've lived in San Juan most of my life.
I was born and raised here.
I was born and raised here as well. I'm her daughter.
Well, we'll be coming up on our 1-year anniversary serving the seniors. But prior to that, it was started almost 2 years ago, and we've just been able to get funding to provide the meals for our seniors.
I started out kind of like Mary Sellen. I have a neighbor, or had a neighbor. She wanted to know, she says, why don't we have a senior center here in San Juan Bautista? And I told her, I don't know. And at the time I was mayor, I decided to look into it, and I spoke to a couple of friends. So actually it started in my friend's kitchen table, talking about a senior center in San Juan Bautista. We were a very small group in the beginning. We had college students help us by calling San Juan residents. And it was overwhelming. There were over 100 people that had responded. That's what got us started. And we just kept going. The name that we came up with was Mary Sellen because Mary always helped people, seniors in particular. And so we thought it would be fitting to name the center that after her.
My mother is Mary Sellen. She came to the United States as a 2-year-old with her parents, seeking a better life. But they did have a good life in Mexico. But they settled here and created a beautiful life for all of us.
When Karen and Sasha got involved is when we really started rolling. At times, we would have meetings and nobody would show up, or maybe a couple of us would show up, but we just kept going. I had started to have the lunches at my home, but I live in a 2-story home, and so it was hard for a lot of them to walk up the stairs, and so Sasha offered her home, and that's how it got started.
I had heard that they were doing the senior center in honor of my grandma, and so it just came natural to me to offer my home and cook. And these were my grandma's friends, and that's where we started.
We asked Father if we could use the facility at Casa Maria, and he said yes. And we thought we were going to have maybe 12 people show up, and we had over 20.
And by the next month, we were to 30, to 40, to 50, to last week 68. So it varies week to week.
It's so rewarding to know that you are helping people in just a small way. The food that Sasha makes is amazing. And so I think it's gotten out that, she puts out really good meals.
I'm a registered nurse, and I do feel like I give every day to patients, and I always felt like there was like a little bit that I could give more. And even though I'm grateful for my career, I'm grateful for the people that I encounter, this is something so special to me because these are my grandma's friends and people that I grew up in this town my whole life and I've known. And to be able to provide that one day of a warm meal, that maybe that's the only warm meal they get in the week, it makes my heart full.
My foundation is here. The seniors that we serve, they were my foundation growing up. And to give back to them what they gave to us growing up I can't compare.
It's heartwarming to know that we're helping people.
I have seen my mother work providing for several different people my whole life. People would come to us in the middle of the night asking for food or money, and my mom was always willing to give whatever she had. My father left her with 5 of us. She ended up going to the welfare department, of course, to get aid, and the lady who worked there, who became her boss, said, "I need a Hispanic woman speaking Spanish. I will give you a job." And from that point on, my mom was always out in the fields looking for people who needed help, going to the store, going to doctor appointments, just providing. So when we were approached with this center, I told Sasha, I said we'd have to give it 100% because that's what my mom would want. That's how we learned to give back to our beautiful San Juan and the beautiful seniors that we have.
You know, running around this small town, I mean, I can tell you, I remember before there was the windmill market and we used to ride our bikes in that field, you know, and just seeing how it's grown, not exponentially, but in the little ways that it has. And just knowing that our elderly population is also growing. So I think it's just a perfect way to honor the people that we looked up to.
And the families that have stayed here, we all know each other. We all visit, we all love each other. There's a certain sense of family that comes with living in a small community like this.
And I love the camaraderie. When we first started back in May, I believe, we had 2 ladies come. They lived in the San Juan Canyon. They were friends in high school. They hadn't talked to each other in 20 years. We had lunch, and that all reconnected for them. To see that happen for me, I believe our children, my grandchildren, see what we're doing, and they love it.
A lot of the people that have made donations, not big donations, small donations, a lot of them will say, well, you know, Mary Sellen's, this is for Mary Sellen's, you know, I've got to give. They hear her name, and it speaks volumes. And so people support us. And so, yeah, it's great to have that feedback.
I just love being a part of it.
In the future of San Juan, I love the senior center. I love how we built this so beautifully, and we're growing. And I think that, like, if we could incorporate things with our youth as well, and broaden that way, I think that would be something very beneficial for our small town.
I can hardly wait to see a building with the name Mary Sellen Senior Center, and that building to be there for a long time, for us seniors to have a place to go. I can just see it, building and us walking in and having a great place to go, and so I'm excited about that.
I want to thank everybody for attending this open house, ribbon cutting, and resource fair.
I'd like to say hello to everybody and say how happy I am to be here. And I was going to say something about Mary Sellen. She was a resident here in San Juan for many, many years. A great ambassadors for the community. Nowadays, the seniors need as much help as possible. And so it's so wonderful to see this turnout of people who value those who are older.
I am here to bring a special commendation on behalf of the Congresswoman and the U.S. House of Representatives. We'd like to give a certificate of special congressional recognition to Mary Sellen Senior Center in recognition of opening of the Mary Senior Center in San Juan Bautista, providing a safe and welcoming place for seniors and their families in the community. So, congratulations.